Welcome to my full review of the ATC Comanche Tomahawk, a Sibert design manufactured by Fox Knives, Military Division, Italy. Now before I go on, if you want to see this Tomahawk in action, check out my previous video where I do POV, point of view chopping with this hawk. I will put a link to that video in the description box. The total length of this hawk is 18 inches. The length of the cutting edge is 3.5 inches. And the length of that back spike is 2.5 inches. It is full tang construction, and it has G10 handle scales, which are textured, and you see the horizontal line texturing, and the holes through the stock for lightness. The stock itself is 0.2 inches in thickness. Alright, and here is the full tang construction. You see one solid piece of metal going all the way through and extending a little bit past the handle scales to form a impact surface there. You can see the texture on the olive drab G10 handle scales. Alright, the lanyard, paracord lanyard, added by me. And altogether, it's one hell of a fighting tomahawk, and it is specifically designed as a fighting hawk. Now, unfortunately, I can't say as many good things about the sheath or blade cover, whatever you want to call it. Right, the sheath, the way they've done it here, it goes up over the hawk head from below. All right, and when it's on, this is what you get. These are basically Velcro. All right, those are belt loops. Okay, and then it has button closures here, right, that you have to undo to slide this down. But it's just very cumbersome to slide it down. Now, I don't really understand the sheath, and even when I was first trying to slide it down, it bit me. Yes, tiny little cut, but nonetheless, yeah, I just I don't get the sheath, but you know, that's the sheath that it came with. Now let's talk about different types of hawks for a minute. You have hawks that are designed for recreational throwing. You have hawks that are primarily designed as camping tools, all right, for chopping wood. You have hawks designed as breaching tools for SWAT teams or for units in the military that are kicking down doors overseas. All right, so breaching tools, and those can also be used as emergency rescue tools as well. All right, and then you have fighting hawks, a very rare type of hawk. A fighting hawk is designed essentially for military hand-to-hand combat, as well as basically martial arts with a tomahawk. Now you may ask, what is the difference between a fighting hawk and just a standard multi-purpose hawk or camping tomahawk? It's the balance, first of all. Because this is full tang, it has more of its weight actually away from the business end. All right. If you were to design a hawk that was mainly for, let's say, chopping wood for your campfire or something, that you would want as top-heavy a hawk as possible so it would hit hard, it would chop well. But if you're designing a fighting hawk, you want it to be more balanced. All right, you want to be able to manipulate that hawk. You know, picture like a fencing match with rapiers. If one person has a heavy, cumbersome sword and one person has a lightning-quick, well-balanced sword, you can almost predict who wins. It's the same thing with a fighting stick or a fighting hawk. All right, it is, because of the full tang construction, this is way more balanced, and that's something that you have to experience by holding it in your hand, but since you can't hold it, take it from me, I will tell you, this hawk, it's for an 18-inch long implement, it's just very quick in the hand, very maneuverable. It would lend itself to advanced techniques, okay, hooking the weapon or hooking the forearm of an opponent, all right, or, you know, hacking this way and then quickly hacking the other way. for a second opponent with that spike. I can definitely see, having held this and hit real targets with it, it does live up to being a fighting hawk. Also, the steel on this hawk is very high in quality. I showed this a little in my previous video where you saw the hawk in action, but I've chopped into a lot of large pieces of a dead tree, basically large pieces of a log. Heavy chopping, and the edge is still pristine. It did not chip at all. And I've done the same testing with like $30, cheaper stainless steel hawks, and they did definitely chip. So yeah, this N690CO steel, it's great on this hawk. And now let's discuss price. $320. This is by far the most expensive hawk I've ever reviewed or ever purchased. I've reviewed at least 10 different Tomahawks that were all around $30. All right, Cold Steel Rifleman's Hawk, Cold Steel Spike Hawk, Cold Steel Trench Hawk, 3 different Est-Wing Hawks or hatchets, no, 4 different, Vietnam Tomahawks, 3 different SOG Tomahawks. All of these hawks were around $30, okay? So I understand what is out there for that budget price range, all right? And, after several years, I wanted to go beyond. I wanted to see what was out there if I was willing to go, up to, what would you call an elite price range. So now you're wondering, okay, so now you have it. Is this hawk worth the price? Well, that's hard to say. Is it a necessity? No, it's not. I don't think anyone out there, needs as a necessity. They can't live without a fighting Tomahawk. It's kind of like asking if a very high-quality katana is worth the price. Well, there's a lot of history there. So it's not a necessity to have kind of the best in any category of blades. Is it nice to have? Yes, incredibly nice to have. If I was a soldier, would I want one? Yes, but it would probably get stolen if you left it around. But theoretically, if it wasn't going to get stolen, sure. I mean, as a hand-to-hand weapon, almost second to none. All right, in summary, the best parts of this hawk: the steel is superb, and they've heat treated it correctly, I can tell as well. The balance on this hawk, excellent. The grip it offers, the handle scales are textured correctly. Yeah, all the features of this hawk are as I would like it. The only thing I don't like is the sheath, and of course, if I could have got it for a lower price, I would have. But I'm very happy with the purchase, even for this price. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.